all acts of terrorism, including cross-border terrorism. Quad ministers also called for the perpetrators, organizers and financiers of the attack to be held accountable. This is language India has been using in the aftermath of that terror attack, accusing Pakistan of supporting terror groups. The Quad foreign ministers who met in Washington stopped short of naming Pakistan, though, or blaming Islamabad directly.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Wednesday, the second day of July for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports. To get you up, get you out the door here this morning. Going to be talking about the Nebraska football team again. The Huskers continue hot on the recruiting trail. They picked up their 12th commitment to their class of 2026. We'll tell you who that is coming up. Nebraska Kearney head football coach Ryan Held making some staff changes, and some Legion baseball played around the area last night, including a good matchup between Grand Island and Hastings. Kansas City Royals, they knocked off Seattle last night, 6-5. The Cornhusker League All-Star game with the Hastings Sodbusters is scheduled for tonight. We'll take a look at who's going to be playing for the Cornhusker League All-Stars, and a little NASCAR racing news for you this morning. Plus, we're going to be talking with Anthony Murphy from the Hastings Fire Department, talking about fireworks safety today as we get ready for the long 4th of July holiday weekend. So all that and more is coming up here this hour as we check in with Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
And good morning as we get ready to go here on a Wednesday. Yeah, you mentioned it, fireworks safety, talking Hastings Fire and Rescue. Of course, they're also getting set to light up Brickyard Park for the 4th of July for the community celebration. So we'll talk some fireworks here as we inch ever closer to that Independence Day holiday, and we'll sports as well, off-season news, obviously, NBA, NHL, a lot of moves being made as the first day of free agency kind of takes the field by storm. So, yeah, lots of topics to get into today, but, yeah, big news on the Husker recruiting trail as we continue to do well in that department here, getting set for August. Yeah,
the latest recruit for Nebraska is Larry Miles. He's a wide receiver out of Orlando. He chose Nebraska over offers from Kentucky and Pittsburgh. As a junior in high school, he got 68 passes for 1,204 yards and 10 touchdowns. Again, it becomes a 12th commitment of Nebraska's 2026 recruiting class and the third wide receiver. So we continue to be hot on the recruiting trail. Larry Miles, the latest commit from Orlando.
Good to get a receiver out of the Florida area, too. It's always such a prime recruiting area, and one that so many schools target, the Floridas, the Californias. Anytime you can get especially some skill players, I mean, you know you're getting some speed and some good hands out there. So big wide receiver get for the Big Red.
All right, a couple of other sports notes we want to pass along here this morning. The Indiana Fever, they won the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. That's their in-season championship. The Indiana Fever winning last night over the Minnesota Lynx, winning by the score of 74-59. The Fever played without Caitlin Clark, who was on the sideline, missing her third consecutive game because of a groin injury. But the Indiana Fever, WNBA in-season championship. The NBA did that, and now the WNBA is doing that. They hold a little in-season championship to keep the interest up in their season. And the Fever, without Caitlin Clark, they won it last night over the Minnesota Lynx by the score of 74-59. I'm sure you probably missed that on the tube last night.
That was, it was primetime viewing, right? Listen, the mid-season championship tournament, whether it's NBA or WNBA, it still has the same effect. Nobody watches. I don't. It doesn't mean anything. It's a mid-season tournament, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the NBA was expedition. Like those games didn't even count win-loss record with the mid-season tournament. So scrap it. It's about as effective as All-Star games or Pro Bowls. They just don't work. I understand that you're trying to do some fun stuff that they do across the pond over in England, but those are historic hardware pieces that have been involved in the game of soccer since the inception of soccer. So quit trying it. It's a failure. The interest is low. It's now a failed model. The big news I wanted to get to today on the NBA front, what about the Bucks? Parting ways, waiving Damian Lillard. And so now the offseason sweepstakes is on for Damian Lillard after he was waived by the Milwaukee Bucks. They are making massive moves to reshape their roster. That's a big name on just day one of free agency.
Yeah, he spent 2 years in Milwaukee. He's rehabilitating an Achilles tendon injury after undergoing surgery in early May. He's going to receive the $113 million left on his contract, so, hell, he probably don't care. He's going to continue to rehab now in Portland, surrounded by his family. He'll receive the $113 million. The Bucks turned around and signed Miles Turner. He's agreed to a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Bucks. So they're scrapping Damian Lillard and picking up Miles Turner as a replacement. So, yeah, a little NBA news. Like I said, there's a lot of NBA people signing here and there, being shipped around as they kind of start their off season. I want to go back to the WNBA deal from last night. The popular halftime performer known as Red Panda was injured at the start of her performance at the Commissioner's Cup Championship game last night. Red Panda rides a unicycle that sits 8 feet above the ground and balances bowls on her head. Mm-hmm. She's performed at NBA and WNBA and college basketball games in the United States for many years and is a fan favorite. So evidently, Red Panda, she fell off of her unicycle last night and appeared to injure her wrist along with being generally shaken up. She got up to try to walk off of the court, but then kneeled back down. Medical personnel tended to her and brought out a wheelchair to take her off of the court. She didn't appear to ever lose consciousness, but Red Panda fell off of her unicycle last night while balancing some bowls on her head.
All the more reason not to have these mid-season tournaments. I mean, even Red Panda doesn't want to be there, right?
No. What does I've never seen Red Panda, and I made it a point to Google that as soon as the show is over. Have you seen Red Panda?
I think she was at the Vault at PBA for a Husker game one time.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
She's an acrobat. Her real name is Rong Nui.
Sure. But does like a juggling act with the bulls on the unicycle. It's pretty fun to watch. It's extremely talented. Hell, I can't do it.
Well, she fell off of her unicycle last night.
Yeah. I mean,
fell off of her unicycle and hurt her wrist. So Red Panda injured last night. Let's see what else is going on. Big night last night for George Springer For the Toronto Blue Jays, had a career-high 7 RBIs as the Toronto Blue Jays celebrated Canada Day by beating the Yankees 12-5, closing within one game of the American East leading New York Yankees. 7 RBIs, tied for the second most by any Blue Jays player in a home game. So good job by George Springer, career-high 7 RBIs. Toronto knocks off the Yankees last night 12-5.
Big night.
Big night for George Springer. Let's see, what else is going on? I got all kinds of stuff here today.
Hit me with some nuggets.
You mean the Denver Nuggets?
They escaped salary cap hell.
I have some news about that.
They restructured their lineup a little bit.
Yeah, they also agreed to a 1-year deal with Tim Hardaway Jr.
There you go.
Last season, Hardaway started 77 games for the Detroit Pistons, averaging 11 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.6 assists per game. 77 starts were the most in Hardaway's 12-year NBA career, so he is moving from Detroit to the Denver Nuggets. Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, has signed a 2-year, $60 billion budget that sets aside $600 million in unclaimed funds for a new Cleveland Browns stadium. The Republican governor signed the budget late Monday night, about 45 minutes before the midnight deadline. The Haslam Sports Group, the owner of the Browns, had requested that the state help build a new $2.4 billion dome stadium in suburban Brook Park, which is located just south of Cleveland.
Dome stadium?
So now the Cleveland Browns evidently looking about building a brand new stadium. It looks like that's 2 or 3 or 4 that we've mentioned here in the past couple of weeks that are looking into building new stadiums in the NFL.
You got to keep up with the Joneses, right?
How about Cleveland in a dome stadium, though?
I hate it. Like, that's one of the reasons that you love playing football in the Midwest is when you bring in teams from the coasts and it's 4 degrees below zero outside. And you have that little advantage, and your fan base is acclimated enough to it to where they want to go out in the elements and make that a factor. Like Buffalo uses it to their advantage to the point where Buffalo, when the idea was originally proposed to build a dome stadium in Buffalo, the voters were almost unanimous saying they would not support a dome stadium, that they wanted an open-air stadium, that they wanted the elements to be there. And so they settled on kind of a half dome where the home sideline would be sheltered from the elements, kind of like where Miami kind of plays that to the sun a little bit. Buffalo's played it to the snow, but
yeah, I can't visualize
like Minnesota got rid of their dome. They went to open air. They want the elements. I would have assumed that Cleveland would have been right down that alley.
I can't visualize Cleveland playing in a dome stadium as their home stadium.
Well, I can't visualize Cleveland playing in an open-air stadium because they don't really play football. They haven't in the last 20 years. So.
Yeah, I can't visualize Cleveland playing the sport of football. But anyway, they might be getting a brand new stadium at Cleveland. Tight end Darren Waller.
Yeah.
He's coming out of retirement to join the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins will trade a 2026 sixth-round pick to the New York Giants, who held his rights in exchange for Waller and a conditional 2027 seventh-round pick. Waller, who's 32, is one of the league's best tight ends in 2019 and 2020, recording a combined 197 receptions for 2,341 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns for the Las Vegas Raiders, who awarded him with a 3-year, $51 million extension in 2022. However, they traded him to the Giants the following year, and Waller announced his retirement after just one season in New York. Says, hell, I'm not playing for the Giants. hell no, I'm retiring. He took his money and ran, and now Waller is coming out of retirement. Maybe put him on your fantasy watch list. He was a good tight end in 2019 and 2020. God, that seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, 2019. It was 6 years ago.
And now he's coming out of retirement.
Sure.
To play for the Miami Dolphins. So there you go. Get Travis Kelce as your number one pick.
Oh, stop
and then
it.
back that up with a Darren Waller as your backup tight end. Put that on your fantasy list.
Like the tight end position is something that I will draft right there with the kickers and defenses towards the end of my fantasy football draft strategy.
I think I took Kelce early last year.
You
first time
super early.
Yeah, the first time that I was able to grab him in a fantasy draft, and then he fell flat on his face last year.
I mean, for the first 15 weeks he did.
Yeah, he didn't do much. Was
Right,
not a good fantasy player last year.
It wasn't until you got eliminated from playoff contention that then he started to show up.
Yeah, thanks.
Because it was late on, but you were already out. So
anyway,
go with that strategy again. Go tight end early, because that worked out real well for the rest of the league.
Everybody looked at me like, "What are you doing?" I picked up a tight end. I've never had him on my fantasy roster before, so I picked him up early. Yeah, you pick up Travis Kelce early when you have a chance.
Then you followed that up with Harris and Butker and the Chiefs' defense.
Patrick Mahomes is in there probably somewhere. I think I had all of them last year, didn't I?
Just about.
That's why I didn't do anything in the fantasy. Patrick Mahomes is not a good fantasy quarterback.
He's really not.
He was the first year
Sure.
when he had Tyreek and they were bombing away with all those long touchdown passes, which fueled my fantasy point production.
Sure.
But when we went to the doink and dink little offense that we've been doing the past couple of years, Patrick Mahomes is not a good fantasy football quarterback.
He's a good leader. He's a good captain. He's good to have on the field. He's good to have as your starting quarterback of your favorite team.
He's good eye candy.
He's not a good fantasy football quarterback.
Yeah, he's good eye candy on your roster. Hey, you got Patrick Mahomes. Who cares?
Trade bait.
Daniel Suarez, the only Mexican-born driver to win a NASCAR National Series race, is out at Trackhouse Racing at the end of the 2025 season for all you NASCAR buffs. Mutual decision between the two, evidently. Suarez has just 2 wins in 305 career Cup starts and is a distant 29th in the point standings this season. The 33-year-old Suarez is in his 5th season with Trackhouse Racing and was the team's first driver in 2021. He made NASCAR's playoffs 2 times with the team. So Daniel Suarez will be looking for a different team in 2026.
Big night tonight for the United States men's soccer team. They take on Guatemala in the semifinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
God, fill me in on this, because I have nowhere else. I cannot help you.
That's okay. I was just really filling something in after NASCAR because there was no way I was helping you with that. So I decided to follow it up with an equally exciting CONCACAF Gold Cup. This is the U.S. taking on Guatemala. 6 o'clock, they looking to go to the finals. They had a really, really rough start to this new head gaffer's campaign. They started off 0-3, but they've since rebounded here in the Gold Cup. This is kind of the prelude, if you will, to the World Cup, which will be taking place in the U.S. here in next summer. And so, yeah, opportunity to shine on the international stage. The CONCACAF Gold Cup takes North American, Central American, and South American soccer clubs and throws them all into a tournament-style structure. And anytime there's hardware on the line, us as American soccer fans want to win.
You going to get your soccer group together and maybe watch that tonight?
Well, I wanted to, but you scheduled a staff meeting on me.
Oh, we could watch it. We could watch it there. We'll have Jaron turn it on.
There you go.
the Cornhusker League All-Star game is tonight. Mm-hmm. And what they're going to do, they're going to play the Hastings Sodbusters. Mm-hmm. They started this. They started this last year or the year before.
Exhibition.
Yeah, exhibition. The Sodbusters are going to be playing the Cornhusker League All-Stars tonight out of Duncan Field. Gets underway at 6:35. The All-Stars from Hastings, Grand Island, Kearney, North Platte, and Columbus will make up the Cornhusker League All-Stars. They'll take on the Sodbusters tonight. For Hastings, Chance Verton, Jackson Shagru, Carlos Jimenez, and Isaiah Shaw will be playing. For Grand Island, you're going to have Gage Gannon, Broxton Barrientos, Ian Aarons, and also Gabe Ruiz. And for Kearney, Cole Throckmorton, Derek Nonhoff, Rhett Mundorf going to be playing. So that's going to be a 6:35 starting time out at Duncan Field tonight. The Cornhusker League All-Stars against the Hastings Sodbusters. Jackson Shagru, tell you about that in the sports coming up. He had a home run last night in the ball game.
What, you had Ryder?
Yeah, had Ryder.
Nice.
And Ian Aarons for Grand Island also had a home run. So those guys will be playing at Duncan tonight in the Cornhusker League All-Star game against the Sodbusters. Gabe Ruiz, I don't know if he'll be playing or not. He was the pitcher last night for Grand Island, and he took a shot off of the bat of Jaron Johnson in the ball game last night in the third inning, right back to the pitcher, hit him right in the face.
God, I hate that.
They took him evidently into the hospital. He did not suffer any fractured bones in his face, but Gabe Ruiz, he finished out the remainder of the third inning. Then he came out and was warming up for the fourth inning and got dizzy.
Sure.
And they took him out as a precaution. So Gabe Ruiz, even though he's listed as a Cornhusker League All-Star for the game tonight, I seriously doubt he'll see any action tonight against the Sodbusters.
So he finished out the third?
Yeah, he finished out the third, came out, and he was warming up. He was warming up for the fourth inning, and all of a sudden got dizzy, and they took him out, replaced him, and evidently they took him into the hospital just to make sure. He suffered no broken bones, is what I was told after the ball game. But Gabe Ruiz, boy, that was a scary thing. The pitcher is kind of out there at the mercy of everybody.
Oh, it's it's the most frightening thing in the world when you have a line drive and it's helpless. Whether you're standing watching defensively at second base or whether you're on the other side of it, from the hitter's perspective, and you barrel up and there's just no way.
You can't defend yourself. You can't get your glove up there.
It's so quick, and with so much emphasis being put on like exit velo now, and with these aluminum bats and the way these things are coming off the bat, I mean, you have zero reaction time. I mean, think about being in the batter's box and the amount of reaction time you have to hit a heater.
Yeah, you're throwing.
You watch it in real time, right? And it's a split second of reaction. Well, then you're going double that speed on a line drive back up the middle because it's coming back with that same velocity, and so you have no time to get that glove up, and it's such a scary thing. And to finish out the third, that had to be pure adrenaline. I mean, that was just in the moment, probably the shock factor, just pure adrenaline that you're able to even finish the third. I can't believe that they let him finish that inning. You take him out immediately as that precaution, but wow.
Yeah, so Gabe Ruiz taking a shot last night up at Ryder Park. And fortunately, he's going to be all right. So,
yeah.
Well, so this some of the things that's brewing in the sports biz here today. If you'd like to join us in the conversation, you can on our fan line, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. Anything we've discussed so far this morning? Anything on your mind? Or sports related or not, give us a call. Love to chat with you here today on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to leave us a message, you can do that as well. We're monitoring the comments on our social media sites. A lot of people on the lobby this morning getting up and getting with it here on this Wednesday as we get ready for the long holiday weekend coming up. Let's get our first check on news, shall we?
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Starting over at the state capitol, Governor Jim Pillen has approved the emergency regulations adopted by the Nebraska Medical Cannabis Commission. The commission entered into a memorandum of agreement with the governor's Policy and Research Office and the Department of Health and Human Services to assist with legal and administrative processes during the creation of the permanent rules, which are due on October 1st. Governor Pillen said the participation of those agencies will ensure that Nebraska's new cannabis industry is properly regulated as outlined in the ballot initiatives that were passed by the voters. Meanwhile, a dedication ceremony for the new Nebraska Veterans Cemetery at Grand Island will be held on Saturday, July 12th at 10 a.m. The ceremony will be emceed by Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Director John Hilgert. Tours of the grounds will be available upon the conclusion of the ceremony. There will also be a car show and lunch held at the United Veterans Club. Over to the courts. Disturbing court news here. An 88-year-old Grand Island man is facing charges of criminal child enticement. Floyd Lizer Jr. is charged with felony stalking and criminal child enticement. He's accused of attempting to entice a 13-year-old girl away from her mother and others while at the splash pad in Pier Park. He's accused of approaching the same juvenile on 2 prior occasions in the last 2 months. It's now 7:26. We'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Nebraska football team has picked up a 5'10", 170-pound wide receiver from Orlando. Larry Miles committed to the Huskers yesterday. He chose Nebraska over offers from Kentucky and Pittsburgh. As a junior, Miles caught 68 passes for 1,204 yards and 10 touchdowns. He becomes the 12th commitment in Nebraska's 2026 recruiting class and the 3rd wide receiver. Nebraska Kearney head football coach Ryan Held is making some staff changes. Tim Schaffner has been named the head assistant coach. Schaffner is currently the defensive coordinator and secondary coach. Tyler Harris has been named the offensive coordinator. Harris came to UNK last season after coaching at Emporia State, and Nate Willis has moved from a graduate assistant to a full-time coach. Willis has spent the last 2 years as a GA and leading the cornerbacks. UNK will report to fall camp on August the 1st. They open the season on August 28th at Wayne State. In American Legion baseball action last night, Grand Island Home Federal scored 4 runs in the 6th inning to beat Hastings 5 Points Bank 6-5. Miles Nelson threw 4 innings of relief to pick up the win. Aiden Krejci took the loss. Jackson Chagru hit a home run on the 4th pitch of the game and finished 2 for 3 at the plate with 3 RBIs. Ian Aarons hit a home run for Grand Island and finished 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBIs. Grand Island is now 16-12 in the season. Hastings falls to 18-6. The Chiefs will play out in Colorado this weekend. In the juniors game, Grand Island 5 Points Bank beat Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes 9-1. Grand Island took advantage of 11 walks and 4 Hastings errors to win the game in 5 innings. Each team had just 3 base hits in the contest. The Braves are now 14-8. They'll play host to Grand Island Dinsdale coming up tomorrow night. Hastings runs has swept a doubleheader from Overton last night, 10-5 and 11-6. Hastings is now 17-8-1. They'll play host to Seward tomorrow night at 5. And the Kansas City Royals beat Seattle 6-5 last night. Same 2 teams will play at 8:40 tonight. That's a check on your sports headlines. Now 7:29 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones. That summer heat returns to us on Wednesday with sunny conditions and highs back in the low 90s, and so will the breezy conditions. We'll have south-southwest winds 10 to 15 with gusts in the mid-20s as well. Overnight tonight, 67 is the low. The winds back off a little bit. On Thursday, 90 is the high with plenty of sunshine and still breezy with 25-mile-an-hour winds. Breezy on the 4th of July, 87 is a high, a chance of afternoon to evening storms and gusts up to 30 miles per hour.
Right now, we've got clear skies as you wake up, get going. It's 67 degrees in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high speed, dirt slinging, adrenaline pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Mike Wills, Heinzen Vronic with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday as we get ready for the long holiday weekend. Again, thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV app, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for listening to us on another day.
Wednesday, July 2nd.
Yes, July 2nd already.
Back on this date, 1947. the infamous Roswell incident in Roswell, New Mexico, where they think they found a UFO. So because of that, it is World UFO Day today.
Whatever came from that? Anything?
Just a bunch of conspiracy theories, my man, and a really, really popular tourist destination for those who love the tinfoil hats.
God.
So World UFO Day today. Also, day to celebrate you, my man. It's World Sports Journalist Day, honoring the sports media professionals worldwide.
Well, you can throw yourself in there, too.
Yeah.
You're a sports journalist.
I'm more of a...
jack of all trades?
Analyst. I kind of analyze things. I don't really write about them so much as to just read them and talk about them. Yeah. But yeah, I'll throw myself in that category. Sports Journalist Day. I'm more along the lines of this day, the I Forgot Day, to commemorate those who are constantly forgetful. I Forgot Day today. This sounds kind of like a Trump-made holiday. Made in the USA Day today. And here's one we can celebrate. Toss on some Bee Gees. It's National Disco Day today.
Oh, I like that.
You a disco fan?
Back in my day.
Did you have some like disco pants, the bell bottoms, and the...
Oh yeah,
you rocked it.
I see KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People. They are out touring together. In fact, I think they're coming to Omaha here soon. KC and the Sunshine Band and the Village People. I think I read something that they're going to be appearing. I think it was in Omaha.
They playing at like an Omaha retirement home?
No, it was like, God, wouldn't that be a good? That'd be a good concert, though.
They were popular in the 70s,
man. I would go to something like that. I would go to something like that. Yeah, the KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People. Hell yes, I'd go to something like that. In fact, I don't know if I put that on the top of my concert list, but I would bet it would make the top 10.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Village People with such standards as YMCA and Car Wash.
To go along with the KC and the Sunshine Band, some of those songs. Oh, yeah. Hell yes, I would go to a concert with KC and the Sunshine Band and the Village. See, you're dancing already.
That's the one I got. Boogie Shoes. It's the one I remember from KC and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, they had a lot of them. I can't sit here and name them, but hell, they've had a lot of them. Yeah, I would definitely go to KC and the Sunshine Band and the Village People.
This is great.
I take
the top of my concert list is like currently Ghost and Volbeat, some like active modern rock, and you're over here, Boogie Shoes, putting on the Boogie Shoes.
With my bell-bottom pants.
And getting ready to go see the Village People.
That's our age gap. That is a clear indication of our age gap. Because those people you just mentioned, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Right. And I can name you 3 songs from bands from the 1970s.
You're a big vinyl guy.
Yeah.
I suggest you go out and buy. Can you buy some 1970s vinyl?
Oh yeah, you can find.
Can you?
I mean, so like I'm more of a vinyl hunter though. Like I love going and like finding the hidden gems that have like the original press that people are just getting rid of. And like,
there you go.
And I'm sure that KC and the Sunshine Band would probably be in that mix. In fact, I think my parents have a KC and the Sunshine Band album.
Oh, your parents are cool.
I'll go grab that album and give it a spin on social media today just for you, little buddy.
Yeah, your parents are cool.
Well, I know they're cool.
If they've got a KC and the Sunshine Band record in their household, your parents are cool.
They also have some like good stuff like Zeppelin and the Beatles, man.
I bet their favorite is KC and the Sunshine Band. I bet they spin that damn thing daily, dancing around the house. I'm your boogeyman. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your boogeyman. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's Boogie Shoes, not Boogie Man. They didn't scare kids back in the day in the 1970s.
They were scary.
A horror song.
We have a group when we
Boogie Man.
I'm your boogeyman. We have a group out in Vegas when we go out to Vegas.
Yeah.
That we try to catch, and they sing a bunch of KC and the Sunshine Band.
They're the Carnival Court singers, aren't they?
Yep.
Then they do like everything from Devo to
Wonder Boogie.
To Boogie Wonderland?
No, Wonder Boogie is the name of the group.
Oh, okay.
And they appear at Carnival Court a lot, and they sing a lot of a KC and the Sunshine
Earth,
Band.
Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
KC and the Sunshine Band.
Can you see me out there?
At Carnival Court?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I have a picture in my brain.
Of me singing at Carnival Court, listening to KC and the Sunshine Band with the Wonder Boogie.
Play the Boogeyman song.
Look at me and go.
Play the Boogeyman song.
Hey, who is this freak? Of course, they're kind of freaks, too. But.
They are a little bit. Oh, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little bit freaky in Vegas.
God, KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People, that'd be great. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I read that yesterday. I'm going to find out where they are. I might go.
This is great.
I think it's Omaha. I think it's Omaha at one of the casinos.
Ooh.
They're going to be singing.
Ooh, now you piqued my interest. If it's at a casino.
I could drop you off in a casino and you drop me off and watch the concert, then we'll get together afterwards.
I mean, we'll both be broke, so.
Yeah. So anyway, that's great. Some comments coming in. We were talking about Rui's been hit by a pitch on a line drive shot in the Grand Island Hastings game last night. Ryan Martin says, unfortunately, a baseball pitcher can't wear a face mask like they do in softball due to having to see the base runners when they're on the mound. But that's a good thought. Yeah, that's a real good thought from Brian Martin. That softball pitchers, they wear that protective mask all the time to alleviate the problems we saw last night. Baseball pitchers can't do that.
We've got the special promotion. It's Lincoln. The high-energy throwback summer concert under the stars.
That's even closer.
KC and the Sunshine Band. It's at the Pinewood Bowl.
Yeah, that's where I read it.
It's not a casino.
Pinewood Bowl Theater in Pioneers Park, Friday, August 8th. God, that's coming up. I've got to get tickets to that.
Well, if you get tickets, we gotta have the day off on the show because you got to get up there.
No, that'll probably be a nighttime show.
You got to get up there, though. You got to get your front row seat.
I've got to check my schedule. I bet my wife would go. In fact, I know she would go.
There you go.
I'm going to check my schedule. I don't know what I'm doing on August 8th. I'll check it out. Let's see. That's going to be after the state baseball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm at the lake that weekend or not. Might have some campsites available for sale. That'd be great. I could maybe take the RV to Lincoln.
Oh, God.
Pioneers Park. I could park there and just stay. KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People. God, that'd be great.
And then you party all night at the RV. Oh, that could be a fun weekend for you, buddy.
God, things are looking up. Things are looking up. That's all before the football season gets underway.
It's a pre-football party.
That could be my cap for the summer. KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People.
Scratching one off the bucket list. Get to see KC and the Sunshine Band live.
Village People.
God.
Oh, YMCA? They go from YMCA to singing I'm Your Boogeyman. Oh, jeez.
There you go.
You'd enjoy it, too. I know you would. I know you'd be tapping your toes.
I'd tap the toe. I ain't in a groove. I'm not dancing anymore, but it's not a destination concert for me.
Shane just brought up a good point. Party all night. That age group. We're in bed by 9 o'clock.
The show starts at 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The show might start at 5 because we got to be in bed by 9. But we're going to rock all night long, baby. We're going to rock all night long.
Rock till the sun goes down. Then it's time for bed.
We are. We'd be in bed by night. We're going to party all night long. We're going to go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Good stuff.
All right, I'll keep that date handy, August 8th.
Circle that one, put her on the calendar, pencil it in.
Expecting a call here soon from Anthony Murphy.
That's right.
He's with the Hastings Fire Department. Hopefully, they have a fire call this morning or anything.
We'll be talking some fireworks.
Fireworks
Tis
safety.
the season.
Let's see, what else did I have that I wanted to bring up here this morning? Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, he reached 30 home runs, 5th straight season last night. He had a home run.
All-Star break.
Dodgers beating the White Sox 6-1. Yeah, he's hit 30 home runs before the All-Star break. Not many people have done that.
Mm-hmm.
So Shohei continues to rattle off the round trippers.
Big one in baseball right now, hitting the long ball is Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Mariners. I mean, not only breaking the record for most home runs hit by a catcher before the All-Star break, I mean, breaks Johnny Bench's record, shatters it, and just continues to rake. Like, he's on pace for 70.
70 home runs?
Insane. But the dude just mashes. Like, that's all he does is hit the long ball.
We got a lot of mashers, Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah.
What's Aaron Judge doing?
He's raking. He's quiet, but
yeah, he has
only because Cal Raleigh and Shohei are stealing the show right now.
Aaron
but he
Judge
continues
is still,
to produce.
Yeah, he's still hitting home runs. So all those guys are before the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on in Major League Baseball. Did you give Anthony Murphy our right number?
I did. Not 984. So
is he gonna call her right one?
Yeah. All he's got to do is click the little linker, and we'll be good to rock and roll. So, anyways,
usually when people call into this show, they call the wrong number for some reason.
Dial an oil rig out in the Gulf Coast somewhere.
Oh yeah, when Stroman makes the call here,
international number.
He's called all over the world trying to get into this show. It's a real easy
roaming charges.
It's an easy number, 402-834-1330.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, Don Brown, he's chiming in.
Okay.
He's right with us. That's why they have those concerts for the seniors up at the State Fair in the morning.
Yeah.
Like the Righteous Brothers. They usually have those seniors days up at the State Fair, and they have an early morning concert so we can get to bed by 9 o'clock.
And on that note, it is joining us here on the hotline this morning, Fire Department Risk Reduction Officer Anthony Murphy. Anthony, good morning, and welcome to Huddle Up this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to bring you on the show. We're bringing you on the show here this morning as we are in the midst of the fireworks season, 4th of July holiday, just right around the corner. But always a good opportunity, Anthony, to just catch up on and get some fireworks safety tips. I know that the calls tend to go up in your department this time of year with just some practices. And so many of these mistakes can be avoidable with some helpful safety tips. So let's just kind of talk a little bit about the season and what you want to remind folks here as they start to light off their own fireworks and have their own celebrations.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really easy for us to forget that these really are explosives. I mean, when you see a semi truck full of fireworks going down the highway, they have to have that big old placard on them that says Division 1.4 explosives, but it's quite often that we end up letting our kids play with them. So I think more than anything, it's being attentive to what's going on, making sure that we're supervising if we're going to allow youngsters to be able to light off the fireworks. I think it's incumbent to be sure and provide adequate supervision in those circumstances. Backing up just a little bit even further, we have some great local fireworks shows. So anywhere that you're listening that you've got a great local fireworks display, I think it's a fantastic option to go to those locations and support those type of events. Most of those are put on by professionals that are trained in how to handle things and do them safely. I know we've got at least 3 of them here in Hastings starting tonight. So, so supporting those type of events, but when you are doing it on your own, I think supervision is key, along with making sure that you're doing it in a safe location. I very much appreciate when we've got some weather that gives us a little bit of rain each night, so things aren't quite as dry, and we're not as likely to see fires start and things like that happen. But it's still just as easy to end up having a dumpster fire, or I've personally been on those incidents where fireworks get put in the trash can, and it's one of the kind that you wheel around. Well, you don't think of it. You wheel it right up next to the house, and an hour later, we're responding for a fire at somebody's house. So making sure that when we're done with fireworks, one of the things that we're doing as a fire department this year that's kind of new to us is partnering with utilities, our wastewater, and we're providing buckets, so that while you're igniting fireworks, you've got that bucket of water handy. So if something does go wrong, you can use that, dump it on whatever fires may be started. But further, soaking those fireworks in that bucket of water overnight before you throw them in your trash can, which does 2 things. It helps make sure that fire doesn't occur, and also keeps the debris out of the street, rather than it end up down in the storm sewers and everything else with that. So we've all seen the pictures on social media of fingers and things that have gone missing from errant, bad things happen, especially if the fireworks designed to be lit on the ground. Don't hold those in your hand and try and light them. You're just kind of asking for problems at that point, and we don't want to see that happen to anybody. We want to make sure that everybody's having a great, enjoyable time. When we're supposed to be celebrating and things like that, you don't want to be sitting in the emergency room for hours on end or worse for things like that. So those are kind of the things that come to my mind off to begin with anyway.
Yeah, we're talking with Anthony Murphy from the Hastings Fire Department as we get ready for the 4th of July holiday weekend. I know there's rules and regulations on shooting fireworks within the city, Anthony. What do people have to keep in mind as far as being legal to even shoot off fireworks?
Sure, great point. Ultimately, I guess I'll start with what hours you can light them. So it's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Through July 2nd, and then on July 3rd and 4th, we have 10 a.m. to midnight. So being a good neighbor and trying to follow those rules. It was as recent as I believe it was 1993. Prior to that, fireworks weren't even allowed in Hastings. So we're seeing that in other communities. I think I just saw a social media post from Fort Collins, Colorado, and some places like that where fireworks aren't even allowed. So I want us to be able to continue to enjoy that safely. So try and encourage everybody. Make sure that you're following those hours of discharge rules. Secondly, things like the floating lanterns, things that maybe don't on the surface seem all that dangerous, things like that aren't legal in Nebraska. Same with wire-handled sparklers, believe it or not. So you're only allowed the bamboo ones for the reason that those remain hot for so long. If you've got little ones running around without shoes on, things like that, it's very easy for them to step on one of those and end up with burn injuries. So again, keeping that bucket of water kind of back, full circle on what I said earlier of keeping that water handy so that we're keeping things cool and avoiding the burn injuries as well as fires. Hours of discharge. The other thing is making sure that we're not. We've received some calls already of fireworks being lit either on city property, so that whether that's a park or a street. We've also gotten calls of fireworks being ignited in school playgrounds and things like that. So being mindful of those kind of things is really important to make sure that we're following those rules, and they exist for a reason. So, and it's all for our safety, so that we can enjoy it, not in the hospital.
Again, Risk Reduction Officer Anthony Murphy from Hastings Fire and Rescue joining us here this morning on Huddle Up as we talk about the fireworks season. You talk about the ones that look so innocent, and one of the big rules that I found, I mean, kids are going to kid, and adult supervision is key here, especially when handling explosives or handling any kind of fireworks. Really important to have that adult supervision on hand.
Absolutely. Alcohol and fireworks don't mix. And in fact, that's kind of one of those lesser known rules as well. Each of the fireworks stands where you can purchase fireworks, they're given a list of all those rules for what can happen with fireworks. And a couple of those are, you have to be a minimum age to sell the fireworks. You have to actually be 16 years old to purchase fireworks. And those fireworks stands are actually required to deny the sale if somebody's obviously under the influence of drugs or alcohol. So if you run into those situations or see that happening while you're there shopping, those fireworks stands, those operators are doing everything that's required of them. So again, yeah, you're spot on of making sure adult supervision's there, and keeping it a happy occasion where we can celebrate.
All right, Anthony, anything else you want the public to know about as far as the weekend is concerned? You mentioned the public displays coming up this weekend. I know there's one tonight at Jerry Spady's, and you mentioned a couple of other ones. That's probably the easiest way and the most easiest way and the safest way to celebrate the 4th of July.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jerry Spady's Chevy tonight in Hastings. I believe, I know there's going to be a big show in Laughlin. That one may be private as I'm thinking through that now that I'm talking out loud. But then on the 4th, we have the big display at Brickyard Park over in that area of town. So great opportunities. Great. Get your friends together. Go watch those. Those are very, very well-trained professionals that are putting those on, and they go through a permit process. We've got lots of great communication back and forth. I'm very happy to support those type of events in our community.
All right, again, Anthony Murphy from the Hastings Fire Department joining us for a couple of minutes. Hopefully we'll have a safe holiday and an enjoyable one. Anthony, take care and keep things safe for us here in the city.
All right, we're trying. Thank you so much for the opportunity to help get the word out, and hope everybody stays safe and enjoys celebrating Independence Day. Thank you again for having me.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Yep, Anthony Murphy from the Hastings Fire Department joining us here today on Huddle Up. It's 7:57. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Huddle Up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Extreme Sports.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
All right, Mike Wells, Heinz and Evronic with you. It's Huddle Up Extreme Sports for a Wednesday. Got only one more day to work this week. Not going to be here Friday.
Oh, that's right.
So just struggle through one more day.
No Friday show.
No Friday show. I tried to get tomorrow off, but couldn't do it.
I got Sodbusters baseball Friday, so don't
Sodbusters
really get
they're at home this weekend.
Yeah, we're playing a 4:00 game, which is they didn't want to compete with the fireworks show, obviously.
Oh, that's a good idea.
With the 6:35 start, so they pushed up the start a little bit. So we'll play a little day baseball, and nothing like says the American holiday, like the American pastime, on a little afternoon game on the 4th of July. So
with the Moo.
Expect a big crowd with the Moo.
Fremont Moo going to be in town Friday.
Need to pick up a win against the Moo. Never like to see that opposing dugout start to celebrate.
Make sure you pick up press box room 3 because I'll be in there next weekend.
I'm going to shove my stuff to the side like I always do.
You didn't have much stuff in there the other night when I was in there.
We throw it all in that little bucket underneath.
I was expecting a lot worse when you talked about it on the show. And you just had a couple of things in there.
Yep.
So you did a good job picking up. And I see after we gave the city some crap about emptying our trash can.
It was empty.
It was empty. Brand new.
You might know.
Brand new.
I think it was when I was trying to throw out a Gatorade bottle, and I couldn't stack it down any further into that trash can, and it just plopped off onto the ground. I said, "Can we get somebody to empty this out?"
Yeah, and we complained about it.
And they looked at me, and they're like, "You got arms and legs?"
Well, I don't know where to put the trash. You pull the bag out, and then what do you do?
Dumpster behind the concession stand.
I'm not going to walk through the grandstand with a bag full of garbage.
When you're there to broadcast a game?
Yeah, when I'm wearing my Extreme Sports polo shirt, and here I am walking with a bag of trash out to the... No, that's the city's job.
No, it's...
City needs to take care.
Let's all take responsibility for our own actions.
No, the city...
We put the trash in there, we can take it out. I got your back, though, no worries. I don't mind hauling a trash bag.
It's the city's job to empty the trash at the ballpark.
It takes 30 seconds. It's fine. I got you.
Things that bother me.
Like not being able to...
Well, if I got an empty...
to the boogeyman.
Oh, if I got an empty soda bottle, I want to be able to throw it away. God, you're still on that.
Oh, I'm gonna run over to the parents' house and grab the record really quick.
I got you going. Casey and the Sunshine Band and Village People, August 8th in Lincoln. Wonder what time that starts.
It's got to be a 5 o'clock show.
I hope it's not late.
It cannot start after 7.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
That might start after 7. I mean, how many times can they play YMCA and Boogeyman?
Oh, they got more hits than that. Casey and the Sunshine Band, they could be in concert by themselves.
Yeah, but they've also got bedtime to abide by. So probably be a 7 o'clock show. They'll play for an hour each. Come on and do one encore all together.
9 o'clock.
Wrap up by 9:30.
Get people home by 10 o'clock. That'd be perfect.
Yep.
In my case, I could get back to the RV by 10. Lights out at 10:15.
Toes up.
Call her a night.
Friday, August 8th. Mark your calendars.
I want to go. What if the IT guy would take me?
Ooh,
Oh, he'd like that.
IT man get down to Boogie Shoes?
Oh, I bet he would. We'll ask him tonight. We have a
KK
step.
gonna get down to Boogie Shoes.
Oh, I can see KK dancing to Boogie Shoes.
My Boogie Shoes.
God, you like them, don't you?
I like that song.
It's going to be on your mind. Now I'm going to be singing.
Song.
As I'm mowing the yard today, I'm going to
that's
be.
an earworm. Yeah.
I'm going to put the earbuds in.
Boogie Shoes is an absolute earworm. Yeah, it's going to be stuck in your head all day long.
You know what I'm going to do?
You're going to order tickets, aren't you?
KC Sunshine Band.
Are you prepping your earbuds?
Oh, KC and a Sunshine Band. Here they are. Songs. Give it up. Please don't go. That's the way.
What?
Hey Jay.
Who?
Get down tonight. Oh, that's a good one.
Get down.
Get down. Boogie Shoes.
There it is.
That's the way. Shotgun Shuffle. How many number ones did KC and the Sunshine Band have?
2.
5.
5. Wow.
They reached number 1. KC and the Sunshine. This is great. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to type the greatest hits for KC and the Sunshine Band. Oh, look at them all. They all pop up. Get down tonight, Boogie Shoes. Shake your booty. Remember that one? Shake, shake, shake your booty.
Oh, that one. Oh, sure. Dooba 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 dooba.
See, you know these songs. You're just not admitting that you know them. You know them, and you love them. And you'd like to go with me to KC and the Sunshine Band and Village People. You'd hop in the RV and go with me. I bet you would.
Well, there's beer at the concert, so yeah. I can
August
be
8th.
easily persuaded.
August 8th. See, we got people already shipping us stuff about KC and the Sunshine Band. See, Ryan Martin, he knows about it.
Ryan Martin's a disco man.
Ryan Martin, I play Boogie Woogie Shoes song
Boogie
for our
Shoes.
park walk to school each month for the kids.
That's fantastic.
God, that'd be a great concert. I'm looking into that.
There you go.
All right. We got to get out of here. I got things to do today. Getting ready for our last show of the week tomorrow. What's on tap for your weekend? You're just going to hang out at the ballpark this weekend?
Friday, ballpark. Sunday, ballpark. Saturday, to be determined.
Oh, TBD.
I have a TBD on Saturday. I don't have a lot of open dates anymore, so...
That's one of them?
That's one of them.
Is that July 5th?
It is, the 5th of July.
So you're TBD on July 5th?
Might sneak away for a full getaway day. Who knows where we end up.
Yeah, I'm lake-bound tomorrow after the show.
8:01.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
All right.
So I'll be at the lake this weekend. I was going to, we were going to take off Thursday, and then the bookkeeper wouldn't let us. Then I looked into maybe doing my show from the lake on Thursday.
No.
Why?
Well, because here's... we've been over this.
I can do it from the lake on Thursday.
You're
but
on
their internet
vacation.
down. Huh?
We talked about this. If you do the show, you got to get up at like 3, and then everybody also around you has to get up at 3 because...
It's just me and my wife. She's
I thought
used to it.
I thought they X'd that.
Well, they're not going.
Oh, okay.
They won't be there until later in the weekend. They're not going to be there.
So screw them.
So it would work. It was just me and my wife who was going to be in the motorhome on Thursday, so I could have done that.
That's all right.
But their internet's so crappy at the lake, I couldn't get a
that
clean.
would be rough.
Yeah, I couldn't get a clean signal. So the IT guy scratched it.
Right.
We checked it out earlier this year, and he had all of his little meters out there. He said internet's crap. Internet's crap, so you can't do the show. So he nixed that idea. He wouldn't let me go.
Sorry to hear that.
So that's why we're going to be here tomorrow. But I want to be here tomorrow.
It's going to be tomorrow if you don't wrap up the show today. Let's go. I got things to do.
Oh, by the way, how'd your banking do yesterday?
Oh, God. Can we just start paying people in cash again? Like, ugh.
Did you get everything switched over?
I did, but there's a lot of F-bombs that took place in the interim.
Because you forgot all your passwords.
I had no clue on any of the passwords or usernames. And then they give you those questions, those security questions.
Oh, yeah.
What was the make and model of your first car? And I'm like, I put what I thought that I would have put, but apparently, I gave myself a clever enough answer that I would remember my answer, and it was wrong.
So you had to go back through and get your password.
I misspelled Taurus at one point in time. And so, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I would have spelled it. And
a couple of years ago, you spelled Taurus one way.
Yeah.
And now that you're smarter, you spell it the right way.
Now that there's autocorrect on my phone, you just plug in but then, so the worst part is you call the place to tell them that you're trying to change your password, and then, but you can't remember your security questions. That sounds really, really fishy. And they're like, uh-huh. And I'm like, no, seriously, I don't remember what my first car was. I don't remember what answer I put. I remember what my first car was, but I don't remember what answer I put. And she's like, really?
You scam.
She thought I was a scammer. I'm like, I'm just trying to remember my damn password.
If I was on the other end of the line, I'd say, big scam.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? I'm not giving him any information. He's trying to bust into this guy's account.
And they ask for, important documents to prove your identity.
Did you remember your last 4 digits of your Social Security card?
Yes, but I'm not going to give those out. But it's the only reason I've been able to remember that for my entire life is because it's super easy.
Yeah.
I have one of these super easiest Social Security numbers to figure out.
That's
good
as far
as I'll go.
That's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was looking out for you when you got your first Social Security card, making it an easy number to remember.
They saw the writing on the wall 40 years later.
We said,
this guy ain't gonna remember shit.
111-20-3333. That's my Social Security number. Anyway, we better get out of here. If you'd like to listen to this show again, our interview with Anthony Murphy from the Hastings Fire Department and everything else, boy, we covered a lot today. A lot going on in the sports world. Download our podcast section. Listen to it at your convenience. And remember, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your coworkers about the show. We'd like to have them join us 7 until 8, Monday through Friday during the week. Normally Monday through Friday, except this week. It's going to be Monday through Thursday. But usually it's a 5-day show. Anyway, have yourself a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow morning at 7 here on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8